Sometimes it's not enough to just teach our children by living by example. Hands-on experience is also extremely beneficial for our children. So Dr. Iris Mullins, the medical director for the Women's Heart Center at Banner Heart Hospital, is here to talk about a place where children can learn about living a heart-healthy lifestyle and really kind of take what they see and perhaps take it a step further. It's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I want to kind of set the stage and just talk about what a unique opportunity it is to talk to you, because when we talk about heart surgeons, there are maybe 200 in the entire world, and we have one with us today in the studio. So I just want to just offer those kudos, and I think it's extremely impressive and admirable what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
With that said, let's talk a little bit about this Heart Children's Museum.
The Halle Heart Children's Museum is located at the American Heart Center in Tempe. It's a very unique facility. It's a hands-on museum for kids to go in and really get a sense of how to live a heart-healthy lifestyle. They have an area that's a mocked-up kitchen to teach them good nutrition, area of smoking cessation, and explanation of why smoking's so bad for you. And then they have a whole bunch of areas that are hands-on where they can play with a big model heart and then look at animals and compare sizes of hearts, and it's a really great experience for kids.
What kind of age group do you think can benefit most from this?
It is actually geared for 2nd and 5th graders, but anybody up into their young teens, and quite frankly, as an adult, I've had fun there. So I think anybody can enjoy it and get something out of it. Tell
me about this Camp Heartbeat that's sort of in conjunction with that.
Camp Heartbeat had its first group of kids go through last week. 14 kids aged 6 through 12 were at the camp. And it was a great experience. The kids were taught heart-healthy lifestyle choices. They were given lessons in cooking and making good choices in terms of eating. They were taught CPR and first aid. And then they also incorporated some usual camp stuff, arts and crafts and drama, into their daily activity.
But let me ask you this. You're obviously so immersed in the world of heart health. What is the disconnect? Because as parents, we know what we should be modeling for our kids. We know what we should be feeding our kids. What is wrong with the kind of the intent and just really the follow through? You know, it's hard. I think as a parent and as a physician, and my partner being a physician, we're all running around, and time. And I think the quicker that we can throw food at our kids, it's easier. So fast food drive-through is easy, right? It's convenient. It's a lot harder to make a heart-healthy choice. It's more expensive to make some of the choices too. And so I think a lot of times we take shortcuts, and it's easier to feed your kids things that they like, and then all of a sudden you've developed bad habits. It's a lot easier to develop good habits than break bad ones. So how do we develop those good habits when we also take into consideration that we are busy and that we're a lot of times, especially in today's day and age, we're doing a lot more than we were doing before because we have to. It's a matter of necessity for our family's survival. You know, that's a tough question, and I don't even know how to really begin to answer it, but you just have to force yourself to do it. Having dinner as a family, I think, is a big step, regardless of what you eat, so you can talk to your kids, communicate with them, don't let them watch TV while they're eating. You know, talk about smoking, and hopefully you don't smoke, but talk about how bad it is, and just start a conversation with your kids so they hear it from a young age, and then they don't want to do it when they get older. You see a lot, I'm sure, performing heart surgery. You must see really kind of the consequences of lifestyles that are not as we're suggesting right now. Well, you know, as a country, we're in the midst of this obesity epidemic, which is terrible. And we're seeing younger and younger people presenting that need open heart surgery that have the complications of obesity. High cholesterol, diabetes goes with it. And then all of a sudden we're operating on people in their 30s and 40s with these issues. And it's really, it's truly an epidemic. And the obesity epidemic is terrible. And we have to start getting to kids at a younger and younger age so we don't develop these issues. Well, I appreciate you just being kind of front and center for us to remind us in the bright red. Go Red for Women is part of this. Go Red for Women. And tell me how people can visit this museum. It's in Tempe. It's on 48th Street, or they can give the American Heart Association a call. It's open to school-age kids, and it's also open for organizations like the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. All right. Well, I think my little boys are going to be making a little trip over there very soon because it's an important message, and it's one that I'm just glad that you're kind of front and center reminding us to just really, as we start these new school habits and these new school schedules, make healthy living a part of that. So it has to be, or else we're all going to be in trouble as we get to become adults. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're going to have more information on the Halle Heart Children's Museum on SonoraLiving.com. She stars as